Welcome in to episode 28 of our Let's Play Civilization 7 series here on the Maddish Moose YouTube channel. We are 30 turns into the modern age, aggressively pursuing an economic victory condition in our game as Amina. We are currently playing as Buganda. Let's jump in and see what civilization has in store for us today. Here we are in our capital city of Kampala. Our empire is humming very rapidly towards an economic victory. We will check on our progress very quickly just to share. You can't see it. Actually, you can right there. There we go. We have crossed the first barrier into headed towards the second and the third. Once we get to the third, we will unlock the Great Banker and start doing our projects all around. Our biggest decision that we have today to start off the episode, our not so good friend Himiko destroyed a city-state that we were investing in, that we were hoping to grab some good things from. And one of the things about Buganda that we should know is gain culture when pillaging buildings or improvements equal to their other yield gain. That sounds quite nice to me. We also have a unique unit, our infantry unit, which heals from pillaging any tile, not just the ones that would typically do that. And we have a unique commander, which gives us 50% yield from pillaging within the command radius. So you can see Buganda is very specifically geared towards pillaging. The unit pillages more, the commander allows you to pillage for more, and you're going to get culture anytime you pillage anything, which means pillage very good for Buganda. In order to say that we properly played Buganda, I feel it is necessary probably to, in fact, go on a pillaging run. And if you're looking to win an economic victory condition a little bit quicker than you might otherwise win an economic victory condition, by eliminating a player, you can actually shave 2 turns off of the total time that it will take to do your Great Banker projects at the end of the game, right? Because you get your Great Banker and then you have to send them to another capital city. They have to do the project and then they move, right? So it's 2 total turns for every different civilization that is left on the map. So if we were to be able to, over the course of the next little bit, just take over the Japanese empire, I believe they're playing as Japan, just take over Himiko's empire, that would allow us to spend less turns getting to our victory condition. All the while, we'll be progressing our victory. We'll just be running some attacks. So we are going to go ahead and declare a formal war. We will have 2 war support. They will have none. We will declare a formal war. We were all set up to do that. Will be our first war with Himiko, and that will allow us to take our commanders and start to deploy our units right away. Deploy out. I'm gonna go ahead and move units around a little bit, just so I can deploy everybody. Where do I want that guy? Probably want to get onto tiles to be able to pillage. That's fine. Let's do that for now. This guy here. Move the bombard. We want the bombard going towards the walls. We probably want the bombard over on this side, coming down this way. So let's go ahead and deploy the bombard over here. We'll keep one of the field cannons with us. And then we'll go ahead and start to eliminate units. I don't want to attack off the river if I don't have to, so we'll run this. And then we'll go ahead and try to jump on some tiles to be able to pillage. Can't move there yet. It's fine. Look at this guy. I'm going to get this guy going down the road over here, actually. And let's get our bombard. Oh, we could have gotten our bombard situated. Okay, that's our bombard in. And we're going to see what will the response be from Himiko. She hasn't had a great game, but she could have a substantial military, and she'll probably throw all of her production into making a pretty substantial military as well. So we do have to be aware of that as we're running this attack, right? The other thing we're going to do is we're going to move our boats. Oh, except we need open borders with Napoleon. Napoleon, hello. Thank you. I would like open borders. Appreciate it. Because we need to get into Himiko's land. And we're just going to start bombarding everything over here. We'll try to, one of our fleets will probably try to take Kusa, and then the other one will probably try to bring around to try to start the bombardment of Tokyo. We want to pillage as much as we can, and we can do that with boats as well. So we'll be moving in that direction. Let's see, can I deploy my units here already? I think I can. Beautiful. We're gonna get some serious stuff done. Everyone should be able to... Oh no, they can't attack. Oh, this fleet commander has no promotions. We should have... Neither of our fleet commanders have either of their promotions yet. That's right. This guy will have bypass and just kind of come down. There is a army commander up here. I don't know if there's an army there, and they do have a ship of the line as well. We have ships of the line. We're going to take a little bit of damage here, and then we'll hopefully be able to cross over as much as we can. All right, we've got this army here as well, so let's get them deployed. I believe they'll be able to attack afterwards. Oh, we have coursers. We should have deployed those guys maybe in the other direction. And then let's go ahead and get our field cannon deployed on us so that we can take a shot with it. So I'd like to be able to just clear... If we clear this... then we can deploy more of our units. Oh, we used the focus fire. Shouldn't have used the focus fire. Now I can't deploy the rest of my units. That was a mistake. Oh, we also have upgrades. Ooh, do I want upgrades yet? Oh man, I probably should have upgraded all my units first. It's fine. I don't think she has upgrades, so as long as she doesn't have upgrades, then I'm fine with us not having upgrades. I'm still trying to save to get another factory in. Specifically, actually, I think in Chickasaw, right? We want a factory there. But we need Huma to have a rail station first. So let's buy in the rail station in Huma. I think I'll put it down on top of... Let's put it on this. So if we put a rail station there, now we don't have enough gold to be able to buy in, but we should be connected now. So we now, yes, now we can build a factory here. Let's see, 5,000 gold. Okay, so we'll just wait and we'll buy it in over here, and we'll just keep them working on their port. I remember, oh, you know what I remember we were gonna do? We were gonna try to wait for the port to see if the port would connect them, and now we won't get to see that. Oh well, I forgot. That's on me. Let's just grab more production. And this cursor, I mean, we could just up. It's 200 gold. He's in our land still. Oh, did we just get a tank? A land ship? I don't mind that. I do not mind that. Okay, let's press the next turn button. Let's see what Himiko's response will be. Oh, she's unloaded units. Quite a few units out the backside. Uh-oh. We may have neglected the fact that there were allies. We didn't check. Frederick, one of our other frequent war targets. So now we have 2 wars, as we also now have war from Frederick, who was allied, I'm sure, with Himiko. Let's see if we can. Let's drag our own ally into the fight. Let's see what's her status with people. Oh yeah, we could try to drag. Okay, let's do this. Let's try to form an alliance with Ada. Ada has accepted our alliance, and now she will be dragged into our war potentially. You know who I'd love to drag into this war is Napoleon. I wonder if we could. Pull like, oh, military aid would be perfect. If he would accept this. He accepted that. I mean, supporting would have been better. But maybe if we could get him allied with us as well, bring him into the war and just make it just a mess of war here at the end. It's potentially advantageous for us. We have a city-state bonus to choose. This is for food, and there are good options here for the expansionist ones. Plus food on resources, plus 4 food on food buildings, which is actually really good if you have a lot of food buildings. That can be a really nice one. Population, any of these ones that are based on being a suzerain is not like particularly great. You can up your settlement limit here, which is actually pretty useful. Maybe not in the modern, but it is potentially useful. I always like to take cold chain, +1 food on warehouse buildings. Again, the warehouse building ones are just so powerful. So let's take this. It's not gonna be able to see how much our food goes up, but trust me that it's going up by a ton. If you remember when we took this one for the gold on warehouse buildings, it was like almost 200 gold or something like that, which is completely ridiculous. As we have 16 settlements, each of our settlements has 5 or 6 warehouse buildings, right? Actually more than that now, right? Anyway, it's up there, right? So you end up with, 160 to 200 gold approximately when you have this many settlements with that many warehouse buildings in them. It's such a big number. All right, let's pick a tech. If you remember on the tech tree, we have everything we need, so we're really just going after enhanced production. And so here we get production on clay pits and quarries. So we'll just work our way up these masteries into those things. We may want to go after some additional military now that we are in wars. We'll probably want to head in that direction as well. Gao could build a department store, although again, I don't think we need a department store. A port would also actually do them good things. Let's go port first because it's a smaller build. So we'll put the port in first, and where do we want to put the port? That is an 18, but again, blocks our view. This might be a nice spot to put it in. We can just put it in right here on that spot. Chickasaw is ready to build, and I'm not going to build the factory. We're going to buy the factory, which means we should probably just go into a department store, although it's not that important to have a department store. We don't have a good spot for a department store. So maybe we go like ironworks or military academy so that we can crank out some military units, since this city will be sitting right on the front lines. Put our ironworks in right there. And then the factory, I believe, well, we have to pick where we're going to put the factory, and the factory will go with the military academy to get that, whatever adjacencies we can get. And I checked our trade. We don't have any trade capabilities currently. Oh, I did want to point this out. Here's an important thing to note, and actually more important probably earlier in the age than it is now. There are 2 resources if you're going for an economic victory condition. And honestly, if you're going for anything, these are great resources, but specifically for the economic victory condition, coal, if you look at the bottom line there, 10% production towards rail stations and ports. So if you have lots of coal, you get 10% production towards rail stations and ports. We have 6 of them, so that's 60% production towards rail stations and ports. Oil is the other one that's really handy. 10% production towards factories for each oil. So we only have 2 oils, so we only get 20% production towards factories. But if you're looking to get your factories, your rail stations, and your ports in really quickly, coal and oil are good trade targets as well. If you're looking to kind of maximize the speed at which you are getting your economic victory condition potentially. All right, let's come up to our fight. Let's jump. Let's start up here, and we'll work our way there. Wow, look at the boats coming out. I haven't gotten Napoleon into this fight yet, but it looks like we could make some serious dents. Okay, we did take some damage. I do want to do some pillaging, but I think we need to like move our units around a little bit. Because I need to get some of them in position to take some shots at this guy. So we'd like to bring him around here. And then I need to bring my commander, right? We need our fleet commander in range of more units. So let's bring the fleet commander in probably like here-ish. We'll bring him here for now. This guy is going to take a shot. This guy should be able to reach that as well. But I need to move units a little bit at least. So I'm going to move this guy here for now. Probably should just move that guy. Because this guy... Yeah, scratch that. Let's move this guy, although he won't be able to shoot that. I want to shoot this turn. We need to get rid of this boat so we stop taking damage. So this guy will just hold for a little bit. Let's get him here, and then hopefully we can move this whole fleet past on the next turn. That's going to be the goal. We'll scoot this guy up here, and we'll hold. I don't want to use this pillage. This pillage is not as useful to us, although maybe with the let's see what happens if we use it with Buganda. What I found is that when pillaging, particularly when pillaging, when I was testing this, I was using Bulgaria, and when you use this coastal raid ability, it doesn't count as a traditional pillage. At least it didn't seem to. So my guess is that we'll do this. It will pillage the saw pit, but it won't trigger the bonus for culture. So let's just see if that's what the case is. So there's the health. So we did get the health. Okay, so that triggered. So maybe it will work. There's the gold, which would be like your standard pillage. And then we should get 135 culture on top of that. So I don't know that we did, unless we saw that complete. I'm not sure we actually got the culture from that, which is what my concern always is when I'm doing these pillages. If you use the coastal raid ability, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I don't think you get the added bonuses from what you do. And I think that's true regardless of who you're playing as. If you're pillaging and you use the coastal raid ability, it does not act as a normal pillage for some reason. I don't understand why it doesn't trigger like the culture ability. It didn't trigger the production ability on Bulgaria, those types of things. So I do think that it is there's a little bit of quirkiness that goes on with the boats as far as pillaging is concerned. Heightened warfare. Thanks to the rigorous training, the warriors of Buganda are getting faster in their attacks, completing raids in less time than ever. Their appetite to conquer only grows. We can train for further speed, plus 500 culture, or we can explore new kinds of weaponry for 500 science. Honestly, I think we'll push the science still. That'll get us further along towards those production numbers, and it will also allow us to get to our higher level military units a little bit more quickly, since we are now in war. Oh, also, you know what we need to do? We need to take this commander, who has no units whatsoever. Should probably grab some units. Where should we grab units from? There's a field cannon here. That field cannon can stay just in case Frederick decides to come up the river again, if you recall. But then I think we should probably clog up this area right here. So what I'm going to do is this guy can pack. I'll have this guy reinforce into this commander. We'll grab this guy as well. Run some reinforcements, and probably this guy too. That'll reinforce 3, and we might as well grab a 4th. We have one in Kampala, so we'll just reinforce everybody into this guy, and then we'll just move this guy over here. In case Frederick tries to cross right here, we'll have a second army just waiting. And again, if he comes up river, we'll be able to switch our units back and forth relatively quickly. So that just provides us with a little bit of added protection, right? Okay, so this... Really, we should close on their military units, right? So we've got this guy. Let's bring him in. That is our cav unit, right? Which is very intimidating. And then we want to actually put another cav unit down in our land, because what we'll do is just upgrade him right away. And then we want to deploy... I'm going to deploy our... Just going to deploy this out to the front. And then what we'll do is we do want to pillage. So we want to get in position to pillage a bunch of things. But we also want to protect our mortar to the best of our ability. I may have just hindered our ability to do that. And actually just hindered our ability to even do that too. But let's... I can move this guy here. And then we get this guy to here. Perfect. Let's do that. Feels like a bad move because I'm moving vulnerable units into bad positions. But hopefully it will all play out to our favor in the end. Oh, you know what we should have done is we should have packed that guy. So because now he's not going to be able to shoot. So that was my bad. We could have packed him and then unpacked him and he would have been able to take a shot. So make sure we get all of our shooting done first. Really matters. They're not going to do much damage there. This guy can take a shot here. This guy can also take a shot here. Meaning this guy could just attack onto this. Go ahead and wipe them out. This guy is ready to move in, and we'll just start looking for pillages. This guy might be able to pillage? No. Requires movement, and then what we want to do is grab our commander and move our commander in a little further so that he's within range of a lot of those pillages. And we can't shoot regardless here, so just have this guy sit. This guy can hang out as well. Don't really need to take the time to fortify, and then this guy's the last guy that can attack, right? But we'll make this attack since we have a higher level unit. Now we do have line infantry to worry about coming out from here. That seems fine to me. And this commander is kind of perfectly positioned to grab a bunch of good stuff, so we'll just have him sit. Although he could pillage. Oh yeah, he should pillage. He could pillage the city park. Let's see if we gain, yeah, see we gain 360 culture for pillaging the city park. But that's because this, is that because the city park gains culture normally? All right, that gets us a settlement limit and a policy card. The Katakiro's a lesson. The Katakiro, a royal son just into manhood, needs direction in his next training exercises. He wishes to develop the skills the Empire most needs. Find enemy peasants, hidden gold for 1,000, or we can speak to foreign nobles as an equal for 75 influence. I think the gold is more useful to us right now. Let's take the gold, and that will get us moving down the cultural tree. We did all the Buganda ones already. And we could just gotta go for, you know, I don't know. The Taj Mahal seems like a pretty decent wonder to try to go after. So we could do that. I don't know if we're gonna end up building very many of these, just because we're pretty beelined here towards the end. Next turn, we should be able to build a factory in Chickasaw. Double check really quick that we can't purchase it now. We need one more turn's worth of gold, so we will hit the next turn button. Lots of movement now from the troops of Himiko. Lots of troops coming out for Himiko now. So now what we really need to do is I really need this boat to be able to get, gosh, why can't I come through here? Is it because it must be because the commander is here, right? If I move the commander, can I get through? Yes. But we got to get this commander through. Unfortunately, he's taking a lot of damage, which is damaging all my boats. I need to get these guys in and deploy them here to take shots into the city. That's our goal, right? This ship of the line can maybe attack. This ship of the line should be able to move here and then still run an attack. And then this one can do the same. This guy should probably just be here. We'll run the same attack. Okay. Almost got rid of this boat. We should be okay without losing any units over here. Blizzard, but that's way far away from us. Frederick has declared war on Ada, which means Ada has joined our war. And we had a lot of units get attacked. We'll come back to this at the end. Let's take care of the rest of our turn. Axum, our beautiful original capital city, all of its howls and glory, working every single tile available, so only specialists now here. And rail station actually has decent adjacency bonuses, which is kind of funny. But I think we should probably go with factory gets us extra production, which we actually don't need here anymore per se, right? So we've got all the science in. I would probably just put it in where we get the most culture, which would be here. So let's go over the culture buildings. And we get to choose our production. They were building merchants actually, which is not a bad idea. Let's go ahead and put in the department store. We go here over the menagerie. Get us the capability, just in case we end up with another. We had an extra slot in Axum. Extra slots in Axum are always a good idea, right? Pencil settlement. Well, not really, I guess. If you think they're gonna walk in there uncontested. All right, here is where we get to start pillaging because there's no army defending this. So we're just gonna start pillaging things. We are in range of our commander. So we'll go help the pillage. This will get us health and culture. And what are we pillaging here? Is this a step well? What is this tile? This is a Loi Kalo. From when what is that from? I believe that's from the Hawaiians, I think, but I'm not entirely sure. But we're gonna pillage it nonetheless. And what we should do with this guy is, well, this guy really should continue attacking, right? If he can. Can't reach anything. So if we add him here and then deploy him again out in this direction, now he can take this shot, get rid of that guy. Does this commander have the bonus range? Let's double check. I don't think he has. Does he have extra range? What is his... Yeah, his range is only here. So this pillage wouldn't get us all the bonuses of the double. So let's scoot him this way. Then we'll run this pillage. We should really be attacking with this guy, but we came here to pillage, and pillage we shall. All right, there are lots of units up here, and our boats are not available to us yet. We get this guy all the way up here. We can get him all the way up here, but it's not going to do much for us. But that's okay. Let's run him this way. We could have packed him and moved him with the guy, but I think we're fine the way it is. This guy is pretty damaged. So what we'll do is we'll pack him and then deploy him in our territory over here, where he can hopefully still shoot. Perfect. Our mortar can also shoot. Oh no, our mortar can't shoot because of the vegetated tiles. Oh, bummer. Can we move forward? This guy, I guess, could just pillage then. Was there nothing to pillage here? There's something here. Oh, is that a wonder? A wonder. I can't pillage it. We'll have him scoot off and start pillaging, maybe? Oh, he's got... There's a unit here we can attack. So that's probably okay. In which case, we should probably station our mortar over here. We're gonna deploy him again. This way he'll at least be able to take a shot. And then we could attack with these guys, or we could just run our pillages for health. This guy can't pillage. But I feel like he should probably just fortify maybe, or maybe just heal. Maybe he should just sit there and heal. And we'll move our commander in over here. And this guy could just sit. This guy doesn't need to be down here. So let's bring him up into the fight as much as possible. We have a trader. Now, oil is nice. Coal is nice. We know that. And there is nothing else from a treasure resource capacity. No one has any more factory resources. Oh, wait, there's tin in Wasset. Oh, but I can't trade with Wasset. Yeah, that did affect my... that war did affect me, right? Because I forgot. Wasset, we were trading actively with, right? I think our best bet actually is just to grab... just grab resources, including the coal, right? So if we go here again, we can see we lost something. We lost tin, but we didn't have tin in, so that's not a big deal for us, right? Let's go to Chickasaw. We should be able to purchase in our factory. And where was our factory going again? Over the blacksmith, correct? Right there. And so now we'll be able to come down to Chickasaw and slot all the tea. Tea is actually really good as well. It gives you 3% science. So we should have probably slotted tea earlier. We just didn't have very much access to it, right? So that gets all of our tea in. And yet another factory resource down. So that's another 5 factory resource points per turn. And we probably get the kaolin in. It'd be worth it to get 1 more factory. So we'll keep saving our gold and work towards getting another factory in. This time in one of our towns. We'll have to go for one of our towns. Get that in. One of our factory towns. So we'll pay attention to that. Let's see what goes on during the war. So far, it is all no ranged units coming out right now for Himiko. All right, another tech unlocked. What would we like to have? We already got all the baseline stuff, so let's see. What do we have around this guy? This guy is around... well, there's a couple ranged. You can either go with the ranged units or the infantry units. I think we got some good infantry, so let's take infantry. Take the infantry bonuses. This guy is in a little bit of trouble from a health standpoint, so we don't love that. We could maneuver units around into the right positions here. Let's use this guy to kill that guy. What we'd love to be able to do, actually, is jump onto a tile and pillage it for the health for this guy. So let's see what we can do to make that happen. This guy could shoot this. We could move this guy in. Doesn't quite kill that guy, but that's okay. Oh, it did. Did kill that guy. Perfect. And then could we... Let's take this guy. Let's pack him. Then let's unpack him. Here. And then can he pillage? Oh, we doomed him. We doomed him! I thought he'd have enough movement left. I thought it wouldn't use all of his movement, but it did end up using his movement. That one's on me. But can I move him back into my territory? We'll at least move him back into my territory so he heals like extra. Although he's used all his movement, so I'm not sure he's even going to heal. We might have doomed that guy. Oh, well. Oh, well. All right, let's move this guy in here so that he can at least do something. And then we've got a commander here, potentially. I think he deployed his guys already. Let's move this guy up as well. A city-state bonus. Get nickel to put somewhere. Old proactive trade route. And then entrepreneurship. We don't have entrepreneurship yet? Let's see how high our gold goes. We'll get a really good idea for how many warehouse buildings we have. Entrepreneurship, we're at 2,090. $2,213. So not quite as much as I was calculating out, but still pretty high. Okay, now we can gain access to planes, which I've never messed around with planes before. That might be kind of fun. Maybe we do that. We're not really building buildings anymore anyway. Let's go to flight and maybe we'll put like an aerodrome in somewhere. We'll take the science so we get there a little faster. And let's go ahead and try to increase our ability to fight. +5 combat strength and +2 movement for all units on navigable rivers. I'm just not sure this is useful to us. We could put this in just in case we end up adjacent to lakes. Sure. Defensive settlement. Oh my gosh. Himiko put a cuirassar over here. I need Napoleon. Napoleon. Look, buddy. When will you be my friend? When will you be my friend so that you can defend me from this? I have to use a bit of our gold here. Go ahead and purchase. Grab a field gun. It's expensive. That way we could defend the city from any stray units that are passing through. All right, pillages all around here. We'd love to move this guy in range to start taking shots at the walls. We do have some pillages down here we could do as well. Just start moving people around. Oh, there's a boat. Oh, I should have packed him. Should have packed him. That's okay. Move this guy here. Scooting everybody in. That's pillage, so we'll move that guy. We'll be bouncing our guy back and forth a little bit here. This guy we're going to move in up here. If we move him here, he should be able to shoot this guy. Bring this guy up to just do a pillage. Although we're not going to get the bonuses because we don't have a commander down here, but...
The members of the nation will never know most of their
It's a lot of culture.
Yet in the mind of each lives the image of their communion.
As we pillage, our culture just spikes. And we're going through culture very quickly now, which is kind of funny, to be honest. Let's take... Gosh, I don't even know if it matters where we go. Go militarism. That might benefit our war. And this... Let's grab these guys first. It's all they could move, huh? Oh, because of zone of control. Oh, we should have taken our shots first. If we would have taken our shots first... Bummer. I wonder... No, see, because all of his movement got burned with the zone of control. Otherwise, we would have been able to free this guy up. That's unfortunate. Okay, so we don't want to take this yet, because we'd rather just pillage everything before we take it, right? So, no coastal raid. We want to use this one that says pillage. This one that says coastal raid is the one that I don't think gives you all the bonuses. But this one that says pillage, I believe, is going to get you what you want. Rather than the other. So we get the health, we get the experience, and then we should proc the culture now. Yeah, see, there's the culture. So I think that you can't use the coastal raid to be able to do that. I want to be able to pack and move. Yeah, move after unpacking. Engagement is the one we want first. That will allow us to pack and then also attack after we have packed, which is mostly important. All right, let's grab the pillage. 120 science for pillaging that, but then we should also proc the culture pillage. There's 120 culture. Oh my gosh. You could mow through culture doing this. But we could pillage this harbor too with our fleet commander. Beautiful. We'll try to pillage everything. Then we'll take Kusa, and Kusa will no longer be on the map. Well, we'll just keep it because we might as well keep it. Just repair stuff, right? Let's go next turn. We gotta. This guy might die. Oh, we attacked the other guy. Pretty decent defense being put up here by Himiko, to be honest. She's throwing units around. She's got a lot of boats. Oh, there is our next Railroad Tycoon update. And we actually jumped way past it as well, so we are cruising towards a win here. Let's keep our war moving. Blizzard has moved away. Ada Lovelace, our ally, sparked a diplomatic incident with us. Well, she wasn't our ally when she was doing it, probably, so... Oh. Still feels bad. All right, our Tenenku, our city on the New World, is ready to grow. I think we just keep putting specialists in here. Although technically working tiles is totally fine too, but we might as well grab our next best spot. We've already filled up 2 of them. For wherever the port is always going to be a good idea, because the port already has that adjacency on it. So our academics technology. How dare you? All right, port is in Gao. We can also go department store here if we so wanted to. That with our, what is now our ironworks, because we're not going to put in the other happiness building. And Gao has extra slots, but we don't have extra cocoa to put there. We put the happiness thing in? I don't think we do. I don't think, none of these are useful to us. That level of happiness is not going to assist us in any way, shape, or form, so doesn't really do anything for us. Kampala could use some extra stuff, but I think they already have all of theirs in, unfortunately. Although, the only other city I would do this in, right, is in Axum. I would add to Axum for sure, just because they have Tombs of Askia. I would still be trying to push that. We have 4,400 gold. I don't think that's enough to do anything with our next factory yet. Probably just hang out for a second. Let's go ahead and get some more pillaging done. This guy actually would like to have shoot at this place, but this is vegetated and this is vegetated. So I don't know why, but not even a mortar could shoot over vegetated tiles. We'd have to upgrade him, I think, to be able to ignore that vegetated state. So what we'll do is we'll pack, and then we'll unpack, and then we should be able to at least shoot, even though we can't pillage quite yet. And then we'll move this guy here, because this guy's also going to pillage, and this guy is also going to. As we move in, we are pillaging our way through. Lahana is going to be under siege here shortly. We'll be able to bombard the walls down pretty quick. We might try to jump in, and we can't pillage any of these with our, I don't think we can pillage any of these with, without having water units. So we'll probably jump in over here, pillage that, try to pillage a few of these. I'll try to maximize our pillage capability as we go. That guy could just hang. This guy is trying to get into the fight because we have units over here. So if we move here, get him at least into the space. We can't pillage here anymore, so we'll move in with this guy. This guy can pillage again, so we'll just go ahead and do that. This mortar, we'd like to start taking shots. Probably at boats, to be honest. If I can get in range of boats. Let's move him up this way. Get him next to the walls, and then hopefully I can actually shoot. Well, this is no, this isn't vegetated, so I could shoot over this at some point. Okay, so we got some highly damaged units in here. This guy should be able to just kill this unit almost. Oh, that's not gonna grab that experience. Oops, it's okay. We're not really pushing for experience. This guy just needs to heal, although we could upgrade him. Let's upgrade that guy. And then we probably actually need to pull. If we don't want this guy to die, we're gonna have to yank this guy back as well. Oh, we could pillage. Done. And then we'll just do a direct attack here, I think. Lots of war sounds. Okay, now, well, with zone of control completely gone, throw a couple boats in the water. Oh, this guy doesn't, this commander doesn't have the promotion yet, though. That's funny. Oh, well. Okay, so we get a couple boats in the water here. They'll be able to shoot onto this tile. The rest of these guys, well, we could pillage this. So let's pillage this on our way through. We need some health anyway. That'll get us the promotion. We should have waited. Oh. Take engagement. Now we could have, now all our units could have shot if we would have deployed them. Unfortunate. All right, this guy can hold. These boats. We should just keep moving, right? Okay, because we want to go around and then get in here to start fighting some of the other boats. All right, and then everything is just pillages here, right? The commander can pillage this. This boat can pillage this. This boat has oh no, this boat hasn't pillaged either. No, but that's a coastal raid, so let's move over. And then we don't want a coastal raid, so we'll just hold and we'll pillage this. We'll work our way around. That's a coastal raid, so we want to do that. So let's move over here. We'll be able to pillage that on the next turn. So we got pillage. That's pillaged already. And then we can pillage this with a coastal raid one more time, but I don't think we need to because it doesn't get us the bonus. And then we'll just take Kusa. So that should happen relatively shortly. Well, actually, no. I can coastal raid this. Because we might as well. Hey. Did you attack me? How rude. Am I inside my walls? I am not. Okay. And 4,000 gold. I think on the next turn, we'll take a look at trying to get another factory in. He's just walking right into my unit, which now he can't attack because of walls. Well, can't attack it well anyway. 25% age progression. Lots of people getting attacked. And we will move to Tenku, who has built their military academy, so that's nice. So they don't have a Kabaka's Lake in yet. Let's do that. You guys need a Kabaka's Lake? Just put it right here. Perfect. They could just build it. We won't buy it. Chickasaw is ready. And again, military academy over top of the temple over here. Maximize our production. We can and probably should be building our aerodrome over there, probably. Well, pillage this. Move our mortar. Lots of packing and unpacking, and now should be able to this. Get rid of his stuff, and then we'll pillage away. This guy actually should be able to run his own pillage of this tile. We don't want to order a pillage, not the order of pillage. Just the commander though can pillage themselves as well. And then this guy, I'm gonna pop into the water. And we won't be able to pillage there, but we should be able to pillage this. Uh-oh. Miko's got ships over there. Potentially problematic. Let's do this. Don't want to go too close to those boats, though. Let's move one and then call it. This guy is in range of shooting this guy. And siege against boats is good. Field cannons against boats, ranged against boats, not so good. Siege against boats, quite nice. All right, these guys, let's make sure we use them before we use these guys. Done and done, and then this. And we could go really far, or we could pick these boats back up again on the next turn and bring all of them. Let's just burn it. Let's head all the way in. These boats can follow at a later time. Pillaging along the way. What is this? That's a Napoleon trade ship. I'm sorry about your trade, Napoleon. Let's get the pillage in here. Let's get the pillage in here. That's all the pillaging we can do. don't see any other pillages in Kusa, unless some of these tiles might be owned by Kusa. Actually, they are. But I don't have any troops up here to pillage these. We could get... This guy could get up there. Let's get him up here. Run a few more pillages before we take it. This guy we definitely want to be pillaging, so let's just keep him moving in this direction. This guy can pillage on the next turn. We'll have these guys just hold. Get a couple more extra pillages out of that. All right, here we go. Uh-oh. Rifle infantry for Frederick. So Frederick now has upgraded military units, which probably means we need to start spending on those as well. So we'll go ahead and start upgrading our units before Frederick starts pouring into the land. I also may want to deploy this guy in case he moves within range. I don't have our reinforcements for a couple turns, so we'll deploy him here. And then hope that that is good. We'll stay in our land, right on our Kabaka's Lake is where we're going to stay. Go ahead and try to build some fortifications there as well. And our migrant has arrived in Matara. That's exciting news. Grab this. Does that give us all those? We're working all 4 of those now? Matara, are you ready to finally not be a growing town anymore? I feel like we're working all of these. Expedition base. We are. And we grow in 8 turns. We could grab like another tile, but I don't think it's worth it. I think it's time. I think it's time to turn Matara into what it is always meant to be. And that is a resort town. +1 happiness and gold per age on rural tiles in this town that have at least 1 happiness. And 50% yields from natural wonders. So let's look at our tiles. You can see some of them over here. This one's got the happiness on it. 6, 1, 2, 1, 3, 3. Let's make it a resort town. Look at that. 6, 1, 5, 1, 3, 6. On that tile right there, on that Howelt. And now we are gaining double yields from this. I mean, it's way too late in the game to be doing this, but Matara is now just a powerhouse. Look at these tiles. Look at the ones that had happiness on them. Look at these caravansaries. 6, 8, 1 science, and 6 more happiness. I mean, these are just gorgeous tiles when you combine our still, don't forget, our Grand Canyon was fully buffed. Oh, it's not anymore. At the turn of the age, it did reset, eh? Remember when we first had the change with the patch where they reduced it from +2 science to +1 science on flat terrain? We still had the 2 science on there. When we changed to the modern age, it did in fact remove the extra science from them, but we had that extra bonus for a little while, so we don't have the souped up Grand Canyon the way that we might have had the Grand Canyon. That's kind of funny. Okay, 6,688 gold, and we'd like to go turn something. Saba? Maybe? You just need a rail station, and then we could put in, right? Where would we put this rail station? Just over top of a farm? Oh, we could put it right here. This is a mangrove over here. Yeah, put it right there. That's kind of cool, actually. Put a rail station in, and then we just gotta purchase in a factory on the next turn. We can get another factory in. So let's do that. Oh, we should have watched the war. There's fighting going everywhere. Silver and Niter have been added to trade routes. They did in fact attack my city. They now no longer can attack my city. So that's good. Growth in Chickasaw. Just gotta put a specialist down. Probably again on the port. Yeah. Production in Lalibela. They don't have a Kabaka's Lake, but didn't we kind of decide against a Kabaka's Lake here just because all their tiles are far too beautiful to replace? I think that was our decision. All of it is Howelts and Caravansaries. So, oh gosh, I don't even know what they're gonna do. I guess they just start, oh yeah, we're gonna overbuild these, right? So let's go museum. And then let's just tell Lalibela also to do the opera house. There, we'll just get both those in because we were putting specialists there anyway. All right, we didn't quite get our, oh wait, we do have enough gold for our factory now. Where did we get that gold from? Let's go back to Saba and let's buy our factory in. Just gonna put it on Oh, wait, we should put it on the mine, because we don't care about production coming out of here, right? There we go. Factory down. We might as well put our ironworks down, too. Let's just buy it. Ironworks on the same spot, just to maximize use of it. That gets us a factory in Saba. This... Oh, sorry, it is a town, so we have to find Saba. Should have an empty factory resource. There we go. Saba we can pull stuff out of really quickly, and then we'll probably rearrange some of that. We'll put the kaolin in. Plus 3% culture. Again, not a bad one to have. We'll add back in some of the food so they can distribute that. Really don't need any more factories. We think about it, we'd be putting 2 tin in. Probably not even worth our time for the most part. Get our fishes back in, but then we'll just call it good. That is going to do it, I think, for all of our factory resources. I think we're probably good on factories. We are rapidly approaching end game anyway. We have more town growth. Wait, is this? Oh, this is just Saba. Anything that gets us? Oh, this is the best tile. Just get us the best. Just get us the best tile. And our military is back in play again. So this guy can do his pillage. This guy should probably do some shooting. Just to be sure we don't get damaged anymore. This guy's done with his pillaging, so he's just going to move up into a new pillage position. This guy's going to shoot this guy. This guy's going to attack this guy. This guy is... This is already pillaged, I guess. So we're going to move here. Wait for the pillage there. This guy's going to keep attacking this boat. Because why not? This guy's headed here to do some pillaging on the next turn. All these boats are just going to hold. These boats can work their way around. And we'll go to here, and then we'll drop our boats off. There we go. Attack these boats. All right, these guys are all going to hold for another turn. This guy can hold. There's nothing to pillage. Wait, yeah, there's nothing to pillage here. Oh, we can't pillage here. Just kidding. Gotta put our commanders to good use. We'll let him pillage too. This guy has to wait to pillage this, I think. There. We have a pillage available to ourselves here, but we'd rather pillage with this guy, right? This guy can also pillage. A lot of pillage! A lot of pillaging. All right, and then we should actually move this command. Well, yeah, if we move him over, then when we pillage with this guy, we can get the bonus. I don't know if we really need to be min-maxing that right now, but we could coastal raid. We're not going to get over here to pillage that, are we? We might. Move this guy right now. These guys are all just going to hold. Because we get advantages for being on lake here, right? This counts as a lake, so we want to fight on this tile. Well, I can pillage this right now. Cool. Yeah, why not? All right. That feels good. Should we... Let's just... Let's improve trade relations to try to benefit our... I'm just trying to become friends with him. Next turn. We're going to get very close to the end of this game here.
The sound of wings.
That is... Flight. And access to our aerodrome unlocked. Do we have enough gold to just buy an aerodrome in like Chickasaw? No, they cost 6,000. We do have, we can put it in, so we'll hold and we'll wait with that 6,000 gold. Losing some resources, that all makes sense. Boat just attacked me. That's fine, because we could just pillage for that health. And let's go up to armor, so we can make sure we have the best possible units available to ourselves. I don't think an aerodrome is going to help us here. Should we build a wonder? Ooh, build the Taj Mahal. Oh, we have to put it over top of one of our beautiful buildings. Never mind. We'll just go department store. And Paula's ready to build. We burned our museum opera house spot, which is kind of funny. I'm going to put an opera house in our capital. Because why not? Right in the city center. Replace our culture buildings here to maximize that. Oh! Get that coffee in. Let's get the coffee in. Camp Paula got their department store in, so we got access to that extra bit. How close are we? Oh, it might be the next turn, to be honest. We got a lot in there. Might be next turn where we open up the Great Banker, which will probably bring us to the end of our episode, which will be kind of perfect. We'll Great Banker our way to a victory in the next one and work our way through. Let's make sure we've got everything done here. Does he build a unit there? He built a settler. Why would you do this? This guy could pillage. Let's move this guy here so that when this guy pillages, we get the bonuses. This guy's gonna pillage as well. This guy's gonna pillage as well. This guy can't pillage, so we'll move him here so we can pillage on the next turn. This guy is ready to start shooting the capital. Gotta start taking walls down. This guy can pillage. This guy can pillage. This guy gotta move over here so that he can pillage. This guy could pillage though. More pillage? Look at our culture just fly. This guy can hang out. Field cannon can shoot because we have nothing left to pillage. We could pillage a couple things down here, I guess. That's what said. This guy could go down here and pillage a couple of these at the end. Frederick has military in the... Oh, he retreated. He retreated out away and is going back this direction now. So we're actually, our troop is in a little bit of potential trouble. So we could move these guys in. Once we get these 2 units in, we'll probably move them into the fight. This field gun can just heal. Frederick, I'm going to pillage all your stuff here. Does. I mean, my boats have nothing else to do, you know? We'll pillage more. Don't convince me of a good time, no? I think our commander could actually pillage this tile. Perfect! Alright. Should we do one more turn? Let's do one more turn. There it is. Victory condition unlocked. Railroad Tycoon points have been earned. Let's check our details. This actually tells us about what we have to do. We don't really need that. We got access to more militaristic things. And if we go over here to our economic victory condition, we have met our condition. We now unlock the Great Banker. Cost of the Great Banker's established World Bank office action is reduced by 5% per economic legacy point. First time any flight reaches this milestone, 10 age progression is added. We now have access to the Great Banker. And so we'll get to start our projecting with him. But here, we get to choose a civic. What civic should we choose? Brandenburg Gate's kind of cool. We're not gonna be able to build it, but, well, we'll have the turns. So we got turns left. We got to send the Great Banker all over the place, you know? We'll have turns to do a couple things here. Let's pillage here. That gets us a promotion. I enjoy a promotion. Oh, we can get him all the way to assault. Nice. Confirm. I actually think command radius would be helpful for all the pillaging we're doing. We'll take the command radius. I don't do that often, but I think the command radius would be helpful for pillage-related things. No. You can't go anywhere. No. Alright, the mortar has nothing to shoot. Oh, because this is already fully damaged, right? That's just like a walk in and take kind of thing. So the mortar could just stand there. This guy's taking damage. I don't know from who. Oh, did he shoot this guy? Uh-oh, is this guy in trouble? If I get in the water, he can't attack me. Where is this guy getting damaged from? I'm gonna try to get over here and do some more pillaging. This guy's ready for a pillage. Oh, and we got the commander bonus for that, right? Because he's 2 away. Perfect. This guy's a little too far away. We could move this guy. Well, let's get all the bonuses. this guy to move in over here. I want this guy to move in over here. Pillage cape. Oh, that's a coastal raid. Oh, they can't. Right, they have to skip this turn. Well, we could shoot stuff though. Go. This guy is going to pillage, but not coastal raid. We're gonna wait. We're gonna pillage that tile, and then we gotta start shooting walls, right? At some point here. Oh. Oh, was there not actual walls there? Can I just walk into that? Oh. Well then. We can also pillage those in just a second. Let's pillage with this guy. Then this guy can move over. Then we can pillage with this guy. Give me all the culture and all the bonuses. And then we can take the city finally. Done. Kuska, ours. Keep it. And then we could just start packing up all of our guys. Pack them up. Start moving them out. We won't quite leave because we want to take this boat with us. Tokyo and Lahana are ready to fall. We're literally just kind of overdoing it on pillages at this point. But it looks like before the end of the game, Himiko will indeed fall. And honestly, we might as well take this city too, right? We're just gonna pillage. This guy pillage yet? No. Let's get this guy a pillage. Let's have this guy move up to the city. We can't pillage quite yet. But we'll do our... We'll take shots. And then these boats are gonna come in with nothing to do either, so... They're not gonna be any pillages to make here. There's a pillage here, I guess, so we could send a boat down this way. So we'll get this... We'll get a bunch more pillages in before the end of this thing, too. I think the world is going to end in a state of war. Because I don't know that Frederick is going to, you know, I don't know if Frederick's going to want to be our friend. Here is the Great Banker. And so what we will do is we will end the episode here. At the beginning of the next episode, we'll walk through the Great Banker, what we need to do with the Great Banker, even though we've already talked about it a little bit. And we will walk to our victory condition, which means in the next episode, we should see the victory screen if everything goes as planned. Thank you all so much for watching this episode. I appreciate the heck out of you. If you like the content, hit that thumbs up button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you know when we release these videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.